What if I told you that every time you walk into a supermarket, you're stepping into one of the most carefully engineered sales machines ever created? A place designed not just to sell you what you need, but to convince you to buy things you never planned on purchasing in the first place. The strange part? Most people don't even realize it's happening. From the music playing overhead to the smell of fresh bread in the air, almost everything inside a supermarket is strategically designed to influence your decisions. And those tiny, psychological tricks generate billions of dollars every year. So the next time you leave the store with a cart full of items you never intended to buy, it might not be your fault at all. If you enjoy business, money, and hidden wealth stories, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because the truth is, some of the biggest opportunities are hidden where nobody is looking. Most people think supermarkets make money by simply selling products. You walk in, buy groceries, and leave. Simple. But beneath that ordinary experience lies a sophisticated business model built on psychology, behavioral science, data analytics, and decades of experimentation. In fact, supermarkets don't just sell food, they sell decisions. And the more decisions they can influence, the more money they make. The story begins more than a century ago. Before modern supermarkets existed, people shopped at small neighborhood stores. Customers would hand a shopping list to a clerk, who gathered the items from behind the counter. There was little opportunity for impulse buying because customers rarely saw the products themselves. Then everything changed. In 1916, a revolutionary concept emerged: self-service grocery shopping. For the first time, customers could walk through aisles and choose products on their own. Sales exploded. Why? Because people bought far more when they could see products directly. That discovery would become the foundation of an industry worth trillions of dollars. But supermarkets didn't stop there. They began studying human behavior. And what they learned transformed grocery stores into psychological playgrounds. Take a moment to think about something. Have you ever noticed that fresh fruits, vegetables, and colorful displays are usually located near the entrance? That's not an accident. The moment customers enter, supermarkets want them to feel like they're making healthy, responsible choices. Psychologists call this the virtue effect. When people begin with healthy purchases, they often feel subconsciously justified buying less healthy products later. In other words, those apples at the entrance may actually help sell ice cream at the other end of the store, and that's only the beginning. Now consider one of the most annoying experiences in grocery shopping: milk.eggs.bread. The essentials. Why? Are they almost always located at the back of the store? Because supermarkets know you'll walk past hundreds of other products to get there. Every extra step increases the chances of an unplanned purchase. Imagine needing only milk. You enter the store with one goal, but on the way you pass cookies, chips, soda, frozen foods, snacks, seasonal items, and special promotions. By the time you reach the milk section, your shopping basket may already contain 5 extra products. Multiply that behavior by millions of shoppers. The numbers become enormous. And then there's the layout itself. Supermarkets are designed like mazes, not literal mazes, but strategic ones. Researchers have found that customers spend more money when they spend more time inside stores. So retailers carefully design pathways that encourage exploration. Wide aisles make shoppers comfortable. Strategic displays slow traffic. Popular items are spread throughout the building. The longer you stay, the more opportunities exist for spending. But perhaps one of the most fascinating tricks involves your senses. Have you ever smelled freshly baked bread inside a supermarket? That aroma is incredibly powerful. Smell has a direct connection to memory and emotion. The scent of warm bread can create feelings of comfort, nostalgia, and hunger. Even customers who weren't planning to buy bakery products suddenly find themselves reaching for pastries and desserts. Some stores intentionally position bakeries near entrances for exactly this reason, because hungry shoppers spend more money. In fact, studies consistently show that shopping while hungry leads to significantly larger purchases, and supermarkets know it. But visual tricks may be even more effective. Look closely at store shelves. The most profitable products are often placed at eye level. This location is known as premium shelf space. Manufacturers pay enormous amounts of money to secure those positions. Why? Because eye-level products receive the most attention, people naturally choose what they see first. The difference in sales between eye-level placement and lower shelves can be dramatic. Some estimates suggest sales can increase by more than 50% simply because a product occupies the right location. Think about that. No change in quality, no change in ingredients, just a different shelf. And suddenly millions of dollars move from one brand to another. Then there are shopping carts. At first glance, carts seem harmless, but over the decades they've become much larger. Why? Because a half-empty cart feels normal. A nearly full cart feels excessive. By increasing cart size, supermarkets subtly encourage customers to buy more without feeling like they're overspending. It's a simple psychological adjustment with massive financial consequences. Yet one of the most profitable tricks happens where customers least expect it. At the checkout line. This area is known in retail as the impulse zone. You've probably seen it countless times. Candy bars, magazines, mints, soft drinks, small toys. Everything positioned within arm's reach. Why? Because by the time customers reach checkout, decision fatigue begins to set in. After making dozens of shopping choices, mental resistance weakens. People become more likely to make spontaneous purchases. That single candy bar may seem insignificant, but when millions of customers make that same impulse purchase, it creates an enormous revenue stream. And now supermarkets have a weapon that previous generations never imagined. Data. Every loyalty card swipe, every purchase, every coupon redeemed, every shopping trip, it all generates information. Modern supermarkets know astonishing amounts about customer behavior. They know what products sell together. They know when families are likely to have children. They know seasonal spending patterns. They know which promotions increase basket size. Some retailers can predict customer needs before customers consciously recognize them themselves. This information allows supermarkets to personalize offers, discounts, and promotions with incredible precision. The result? Higher spending and stronger customer loyalty. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Many people assume supermarkets make most of their money from food sales. Not necessarily. The grocery business operates on surprisingly thin margins. In many cases, profit margins are only a few percent. So where does the real money come from? Volume, supplier relationships, shelf placement fees, private label products, data, advertising partnerships, and strategic pricing. Consider the famous buy one, get one free promotion. Most shoppers view it as a bargain, and sometimes it is. But these promotions often encourage customers to purchase larger quantities than they originally intended. The average spending amount rises, inventory moves faster, and supermarkets benefit from increased transaction values. Another fascinating strategy involves pricing psychology. You'll often see products priced at $4.99 instead of $5. The difference is only 1 cent. Yet countless studies show consumers perceive these prices differently. The brain focuses on the first digit. $4 feels significantly cheaper than $5, even when logic says otherwise. That tiny psychological illusion generates billions in retail sales worldwide. And then there are private label brands. These store-owned products may look less glamorous than national brands, but they often generate significantly higher profit margins. Many shoppers assume they're lower quality. In reality, some are manufactured in the same facilities as famous brands. For supermarkets, private label products represent one of the most powerful profit engines available. The more customers switch to store brands, the more profitable each shopping trip becomes. So what's the real secret behind supermarket success? It's not food, it's behavior. Supermarkets have spent decades studying how people think, feel, move, choose, and spend. Every shelf, every sign, every display, every promotion, every scent, every aisle. Together, they form a system designed to influence purchasing decisions at scale, not through force, not through deception, but through subtle psychological nudges that most customers never notice. And that's what makes the system so powerful. The lessons extend far beyond grocery stores. The businesses that win often understand human behavior better than their competitors. They recognize that people don't always make purely rational decisions. Emotions matter, environment matters, convenience matters, perception matters. The companies that understand those truths can create enormous value and enormous profits. Looking ahead, supermarkets are becoming even more sophisticated. Artificial intelligence, personalized pricing, predictive analytics, smart shopping apps, and advanced customer tracking technologies are transforming the industry. Future stores may know exactly what customers want before they even enter the building. The psychological science behind shopping is only getting more advanced, which means the battle for your attention and your wallet is becoming more competitive than ever. So the next time you walk into a supermarket, take a closer look. Notice the layout. Notice the smells. Notice the product placement. Notice the checkout line. Because what appears to be an ordinary grocery store may actually be one of the most sophisticated behavioral businesses ever created, and once you see the system, you'll never shop the same way again. Good luck. Until next time.